Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to do a crocheted bag for your crochet hooks. And what you're going to need for this project is some bulk yarn, a 5mm crochet hook, some scissors, a needle, and tape measure. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. This is a project, like most of my projects, for beginners, and I think it'll be easy for you to catch on if you just follow along here. So I'm going to start by making myself a slip knot, and the way I do that is I just wrap the yarn around my pointer finger, creating an X, and then I just tuck the yarn underneath the X, pull, and then I now have a slip knot. So if you didn't catch that here, of course I do have a tutorial on my channel that shows how to do a slip knot a little bit slower, or you can just rewind this back. So go ahead and place the slip knot on your crochet hook, and like I said before, I use the 5mm. Even though this is a bulk yarn, I wanted the stitches to be very close together so that my crochet hooks do not fall through. So what we're going to do now is just create a foundation chain of 14. So remember, to do a foundation chain, you're just going to yarn over and then pull through that loop that's on your crochet hook. And I'll show you that again. Just make sure, you see me kind of jiggling the crochet hook. You want to make sure that you have good tension. You don't want it to be too tight. Okay. And so I'm going to go ahead and do 14 crochet stitches, 14 stitches in my foundation chain. Okay, once you have 14, it should look something like this. You have that bumpy side, and then you have a flat side that has some V's. You're going to want to work on that side. So I'm going to go ahead and create my first single crochet stitch in the first stitch from the foundation chain. Okay, and I'll show you that again. You're going to see that right there. You're going to put it right in that hole. You're going to put the hook directly into the hole. You're going to pull up a loop, and then you'll have 2 loops on your crochet hook, and you'll pull through both of those hooks, leaving one on your crochet hook. And I always say it's hard for me to explain it, but I'm going to show you it here again. Insert the crochet hook. See it there? That's where we're going to put it, right there. We're going right down the chain. Okay. And we're going to do this in every stitch down the chain, and don't let your work get all twisted. Just keep working straight down. You want to be working on the flat side of your foundation chain. Okay, so just keep working. I will eventually speed up a little bit, but I wanted to make sure that you got this part of it, because it's really, that's all we're going to be doing throughout the whole project, is a single crochet stitch to you know, until we get the crochet fabric that we need. Okay, so keep on working, and then when we get to the end, I'm going to slow down one more time to just show you how you do the end stitch. Just keep on going. Okay. You're getting close to the end, and this is how it should be looking. And don't mind it if it has a little bit of a bow to it, a little bend, that's okay. As you create your project, it's gonna straighten out a little bit more. So okay, and then see, there's the very last stitch in the foundation chain. We're going to go ahead and crochet a single stitch right into that, a single crochet stitch right into that last spot on that foundation chain. You see how that looks? And that's what you want to see, how it looks straight, and that's what you're looking for. Okay, so now that we're at the end here, we're going to do a chain of 1, which just means just put the yarn around the crochet hook and then just pull through. And then we're going to flip our work around and work back down the row. Okay, I went ahead and did a single crochet stitch in the very first space after the hook, and I do this through the whole project. Okay, so see right there, it's kind of hard to see, but it's that first hole right from the crochet hook. Yep. So you're going to put it right there, and then you're going to continue to make a single crochet stitch all the way down the foundation chain. So what I ended up having was 13 single crochet stitches down the row. So I started with a foundation chain of 14, but I ended up creating 13 stitches. And the key thing here is you want to have 13 stitches in every single row. So this project is small enough that you can get really comfortable with counting your stitches as you go along, and you'll always have even rows as your project starts to grow. Okay, so just continue creating a single crochet stitch all the way down the second row. Okay. And I'm getting close to the end of that second row, and I want to show you here again. See how that looks just like a bunch of knots? Put the crochet hook right there in the center. Don't get caught up in this. This is really, you want to get a crochet stitch in the end of the chain, and as long as you have 13 in the row, you will be fine. So that's why I wanted to show you that sometimes it doesn't look like a clear hole. Just go ahead and stick the crochet hook through the knots or whatever. There is a hole there. It just might be tight based off of the way that you crocheted. Okay, you'll do a you'll chain one, and then you'll turn your work, and you'll continue to work down the row. And see there, I think it was easier for you to see that first stitch, and that's what you're going to want to do. Just put the hook in that first stitch of the row. Okay. All right. And you'll just keep working, and this took me, oh man, maybe about an hour to do, with stops and starts and distractions, but I was sitting at a dentist appointment, and I was able to get the majority of this project completed before the appointment was over. So this is something that you can kind of have in your purse, something that you want to just keep your hands busy. Something like this would be perfect. Okay, so here you are. I'm just showing you what it will look like as you keep going. I did not count the rows, guys. I'm sorry, but I will measure this, and so that way you'll kind of get an idea on how long you want this fabric. Excuse me. So I'm just showing you here, after you keep working for a while, this is what your project should be looking like. So here I am. I'm just showing you how I measured it. This came out to 16 inches approximately. Not stretched, just 16 inches, and that's perfect for what I need. I'm trying to make a crochet hook bag for my crochet hook, so I just took my larger 2 crochet hooks, and then I just made sure that they fit within that crochet fabric. Okay, so here I am just showing you how to finish off your project. I have exactly what I'm looking for. You are going to need a yarn needle. Okay, so just go ahead and finish off the project. I'll show you that here. I hope that wasn't too quick. Please slow it down if it was. I've done enough projects that I think if you're following me, through all my other projects, you'll know how to finish off this project. But if not, just slow it down and go back and look. So all I'm doing here is I'm just making sure that I have enough pocket area for my crochet hooks. So you see how that's gonna kind of look. Excuse me. Okay, so here we are. I'm just showing you here. This is kind of like the center of the bag. I'm bringing the bottom up, and I'm leaving enough for a flap. If you wanted to, you could just stitch down the sides, and then the flap could open and close. That's not what we're doing in this tutorial, but you could do that. What we are gonna do is we're going to stitch up the sides, but we want to create it where it's kind of like the bag stays closed without any extra buttons or anything like that. So if you see what I did there, I just took the flap and I sandwiched it inside the 2 flaps, if that makes sense. I'm gonna just one more time. So you've measured how long of the middle section that you need to hold whatever size crochet hook that you're making, or whatever size crochet hooks that you carry around. And I'm just going to mark that with I had a paper clip. I'm just going to stick a paper clip in there so that I know where I want my center of the bag to be. You can see it better than I can explain it. You see this flappy part here? I'm going to tuck that in. Do you see? That's going to be tucked in. So now I have my outside of the bag, my flap, which is going to be used to close the bag, sandwiched in between the back part of the bag. I hope that makes sense. Okay. And then I'm going to sew. I'm going to sew down the sides, both sides. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and put the yarn in my needle, and I'm going to go ahead and start sewing. So I have making sure that you're going through all 3 layers here. So you have the back portion, that flap, and the front portion. So you want to sew all of that together. That's going to be the catch to making sure your bag stays closed without you having to add like a button or something like that. And I'll show you at the end. It's really neat how it kind of creates like a little sack. Okay, and what I'm doing here is I'm just sewing all the way down the bag, down the front, the crochet fabric. I sew all the way to the end, and then I go right back up. So I'm actually doing 2 stitches. I go down and then I go back up. Okay, and that's just me showing you how I sewed the back together. And because this is a bulky yarn and because this is a yarn needle, it really sews up very, very easily. Okay, and then once you have both of your sides sewed down, or both of your sides closed, then you essentially have your pouch, your bag. Okay, so here's some extra little strings. Do not really worry and get caught up with all that. This is technically the inside of your bag, so you won't even see these strings or anything like that. I'm going to cut them, but I wanted you just to know that this is the inside of your bag. So what I do, just because I'm extra, I am tying all my little strings together just to kind of create even more security for my bag. Once I have all my strings tied together, then I'm just going to cut off the extra. Okay, so I'm doing that here. And like I said, don't worry about that because that's the inside of your bag. Okay, so now what we're going to do, now that we have the bag sewn together, we have the strings cut, we're going to flip the bag inside out. So now you have, what I'm doing here is I'm just poking out the corners of the bag so that it looks more squared or rectangle. You know what I mean. Boxy. See, there you have it. And now that's the flap. Remember the flap that we sewed inside the bag? Boom. There you have it. See how that looks? Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. This is exactly how I make my kids sandwich bags for school, but with regular fabric. But see, isn't that neat? So now you just put your crochet hooks in there and you look official. You look official, and you can just tuck the crochet hooks in there, turn that flap over, and boom, you've got a bag that is sealed. Nothing's coming out of that bad boy. Look at this. Shaky, shaky, shaky. Neat, huh? So there's that, and that's very simple. Like I said, this project took probably about an hour, but I mean, there you are. Can't really see inside of it because it's dark, but that's it. That's how I make my crochet hook bags. And this can be for anything. You can put your sunglasses in there. You can put some money in there. I may even do a pencil case. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And be sure to check out my channel. I have other videos out there. And I hope my nails were not too much of a distraction. But anyway, again, thank you guys for watching, and be sure to check out my last couple of videos. And if you haven't done so already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you can catch all my content as I post it. Thanks guys. Bye.